becoming a credit card person and you pay it off every time?
Yep, I told you I was a credit card person
We
in training.
like it in training. Are you telling me this is a zero now though?
I hate them so much. I hope their whole business goes out.
I'm down for that. Oh, this is an insane checking account to read. What the
I know, I hate it's...
What the This is impossible.
It has gone up because of the car, and then I had to drain it again because of the car.
Oh.
The tools to change your life have just been upgraded. Download my budgeting app, rebranded to DollarWise today, and start your free trial. Sign up for the annual version, and I'll send you my budget-friendly cookbook that can't be purchased anywhere else, and I'll personally sign it and mail it directly to you. Download the DollarWise budgeting app today and take advantage of your free trial.
Sarah, welcome back to Financial Audit, your second follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this was the most viewed follow-up on the channel, by the way.
For real.
It was. You're the most viewed follow-up on the Financial Audit follow-up channel. Now, you're a program manager, $52,000 a year. Is that what you're still doing?
I am still a program manager. I was trying to calculate out how much I make.
Notes.
I always got notes.
Calculate how much you... Why? Okay.
Because...
Why do you not know how much you make?
Well, because I do it based on my monthly income, and so
You don't know your salary?
Not
You
without...
hourly?
No.
Salary?
I'm pretty sure I'm salary, but
you
I
do not know your salary?
Because not without looking at it. I can't hold numbers in my brain like that. Okay. That's why I have my book.
Okay. How much do you make?
It is $3,262.26 every month. On a regular month, I have the bi-weekly in here somewhere. Hold on.
Well, okay. Well, I have your monthly. That's good enough.
Yeah.
And you're full-time. Mm-hmm. And then you're doing some side hustle or freelance writing, earning about 1,000 hours. Is that still the same? Less, more?
Yeah, it definitely varies a lot depending.
Yeah, we average 1,000 a month.
But yeah,
is that what you're still
around
still
about.
Okay, very cool. So talking 4,000. Let's just call that after you set a little bit aside the freelance for taxes. So 4,000 hours a month in that.
Yep.
Let's call it that on average. Okay, good. In Wisconsin, very good. Yep. So listen. Versus the original follow-up, or the original financial audit, and then the follow-up. So we have the Discover card.
Yes.
And then the original balance was $5,133. Then this was paid off through a balance transfer to City Simplicity. And the goal was to pay that off before interest accrued, and the Discover was now zero.
Yep.
Then City Simplicity did not exist in the first one, and it was unused and had a $0 balance, but an account that was still open at the time of the follow-up. Then Sam's card was previously $226, and you're still using it for work travel, but being paid off full in each month. And charges on there were being reimbursed by the employer.
Yep.
JCPenney, Ulta, Merck's card, previously paid off, and it remained at zero. Firestone CFNA card, open for car repairs to receive discounts. There's for customer service and billing, and you pay that off in close the account.
Yep.
Commentity card, retail card occasionally used for discounts. Always paid in full, balance is zero. Overall credit card debt at the time of the follow-up was $0 on all accounts, which was amazing discipline shown. Then there were student loans. The original amount was $70,000, and the current balance at the time of the follow-up was $66,329, which is split between undergrad and grad loans. No current payment required due to deferment. Ends January 2025. That date has passed. And paying monthly interest manually to avoid interest increases, estimating future payments at $324. So what's currently going on with that one in terms of payments? And
yeah, I think every time I've paid the interest, it's like scooched my due date up more. It says zero every time I look at it, but I still...
Are you on, is it deferred or are you on income driven?
I'm on an income driven, but...
Oh, well, it's probably that. Your income driven is probably a relatively low balance or relatively low minimum monthly payment required, and you pay your interest, and that probably sufficiently covers that.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
And some of the higher rates are around 6.8%, which for federal, they can be kind of high. And then one loan was at 5.8, and then the other one were 2 to 4, and those are pretty chill.
Yep.
Now, a private loan, original balance $74,000, and that had a current balance of $69,700 at the time of the follow-up. With a fixed interest rate at 6.25, glad it's fixed, doesn't have the forgiveness elements and the flexibility that a federal loan does. The required minimum monthly payment is $529. Then other debts and expenses, car repairs, 2013 Hyundai Elantra recorded 5,000 hours in repairs throughout the year. You're using emergency savings and some temporary financing with no current auto loan. Then medical debt, $1,259 on a $100 a month repayment plan. Savings in emergency fund. Emergency fund was built up to $3,000 earlier in the year, but had to drain it twice due to car issues. Current emergency fund was $2,000 in a SoFi checking. A goal was to build $10,000 to $12,000 to cover future vehicle expenses. Did the vehicle expenses happen?
So I had a good year for my car this year. Basically just maintenance stuff. Knock on wood. But yeah, I wanted the emergency fund with the $3,000 and then to get $7,000 in a separate car fund.
Car fund? For a new car or for car repairs?
For car repairs.
I mean, that's an emergency fund now.
But it's an emergency fund, but it was just because SoFi has those vaults.
Yeah.
Just for my brain. This one is for like just car stuff, and then the $3,000 is for other stuff as well. But over the course of the year, because stuff happened, I've got $8,000 across the SoFi, and then I put some stuff. I put some stuff in Moo before you transferred stuff.
It's a good platform. It was just
I
prefer the other one.
Yeah. So I do have. Mostly the $2,000 is just in that cash sweep, and then I just have a very little amount of like investment stuff, nothing really huge.
Okay.
Basically just investing the interest that rolls into that one a little bit.
Exactly. And I guess once you reap the rewards of that one, you can switch it over to Webull and get the all the rewards from that one. So you're just getting all those bonuses. We like bonuses.
You guys are destroying your financial future, spending like you have unlimited money, but you're just going further in the hole.
What do you mean?
You have a literal $1,100 monthly car payment.
Yeah, it's getting a little tight.
$264 in monthly subscriptions.
I didn't know we had that many.
You guys have to take control of your finances.
How?
Just download the DollarWise budgeting app. It shows all of your expenses in one place and helps you monitor your finances so you're not blowing hundreds of dollars a year on things you don't need. Download the DollarWise budgeting app today and take advantage of your free trial.
Cool. And you're implementing a cash envelope system for food and home-related expenses. Withdraw cash physically to physically budget for groceries and household needs, and you prevented overspending. 401k, previous balance $3,450, and then the balance at the time of the follow-up, $8,500. Roth IRA, maintained, not contributing. And health savings account was originally it was the current balance of $319 at the time of the follow-up, with $50 a month from you, $50 from the employer. Cool. We love to see that. So we have the debt from the follow-up time, and we had where your accounts are at. Let's see where you are today. But before we do, please tell me, in life, in general, since we did the follow-up, which the follow-up was uploaded literally almost a year ago. Almost a year ago now. We're talking about 10 months.
Yeah.
What has happened in your life? Not necessarily numbers, but what has happened?
Yeah. So big changes. I got a cat.
Okay.
Yep. So
huge.
yeah, kind of. She's my emotional support animal. Mostly helps me like keep my apartment clean and remember because
to clean for the cat?
To clean for the cat. It's
Okay.
easier for me. Like if things get messy, I let things go. Especially if I dip into a depressive episode, it's like who cares? But then if I see my cat, kind of walking around things, I'm like, she deserves better. Now, obviously, I deserve better too. But depression
if it's
is
working,
weird.
it's working.
It's working. But it also means I don't have to pay pet rent for her.
What else
she's
has
medical.
changed?
Nothing. I did move.
What was your previous rent? What's your current rent?
My previous rent was about $1,000 a month. And now it is about $1,090 a month.
Okay, so not much of a change. And it sounds like your pay may have gone up a little anyway.
Yeah. Well, I had to move because the place I was at wanted to increase my rent to $1,200 a month. And I was like, no, thank you.
They're going to try, but honestly, it's more of a renter's market than it is a landlord market at this time. Not that everything's completely affordable, and there's obviously some cities where that's not the case, but as just a general broad trend. So you did what was was right and you
Yep.
moved because that's the lever to pull.
Yep.
Oftentimes you threaten to move and they'll bring it down, but
Yep.
it looked like you actually did the full trigger. Okay. Well, discover it. Paid off every single month. Nothing crazy. We went and we got a prescription and Yellowstone went to Yellowstone, huh?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's good as long as we're paying off debt. Private student loan is the one that was kind of worrying me last time, but let's see. And I have no fully funded emergency fund.
Yep.
And then the Sam's Club. Pay it off every month. At least no reverse on this. That's good. Gas. It's mostly all gas and then something at a camp store.
That was also at Yellowstone.
A&W, yeah.
Yep. I had to drive for like 24 hours to get there. So I did pack a lunch.
One lunch, yeah.
No, I packed for 2, but I forgot that I would need dinner. I made some big,
Forgot that you needed dinner. Maybe you needed your cat to remind you.
I have ADHD, so yeah. I
Okay.
Looking at me, you wouldn't think it, but I do forget to eat often.
That's racist.
What?
Listen, you haven't had interest accrue on any of these cards yet so far, and that is the indication of a credit card person, and that is what I love to see people turn into, and this is super exciting.
Yep.
And we saw that from the first follow-up, or from the first episode to the follow-up. Now seeing it to the second follow-up, that just shows that you are continuing that momentum, and I love to see that. Until I see one interest in here, and then I will die, but so far, nothing. Okay, and then the Ulta Beauty. Always pay it off. Very good. We love to see that. Best Buy card, always pay it off. No purchases, no interest accruing this year so far, which thank goodness because it's at a 31.49% interest rate.
I am a sucker for you can get so much % off if you get this credit card.
Yeah, and that's true.
Yes.
And it is actually a good thing if you are actually using that correctly.
Yep.
Which you are, and this is one of the rare cases where I can say, yeah, finesse. Finesse away. City Simplicity card, $0. Good. Absolutely nothing to speak about on that one. No interest this year. Same with the Wells Fargo card.
Yep.
It had
That one, that was another big change. I had to buy a new bed.
Hold on. Okay, we have a credit card with a balance.
Yes, but it's 0%
It is 0%.
for 3 years. It's going to be paid off in full by the end.
Let me vet that. 0% until I'm trying to find that close date. 36 equal payments, so it's 36 months. Okay.
And then I think it has the thing where it's if you pay the minimum, you'll pay this much by the end, and it's the same as the balance.
Okay, yes, you're paying it off. Good. Then this is fine. It is a minimum to payment. It is risk, but it is also finesse. You're deferring that money where that money could then be in an emergency fund, which protects you in saving and also does get some interest, even if a little lower these days.
Yep.
And that you are doing that right. Or it could be in the market and they would be doing it right. So I would rather have a 0% interest card when we are proving that we can manage it, and you are, and put money towards an emergency fund when we do not have a fully funded emergency fund.
Yep.
So I can appreciate this.
I checked. So the way it kind of goes for me right now is my main job, my program manager check, does minimum monthly payments. I check to make sure it would fit.
It does. Wait.
Yeah. So
okay. So that takes care of all your minimums.
And then my side hustle, all of that besides what goes in for taxes goes towards right now still the emergency fund.
Yeah.
But
because if you're at 8, it's still not enough. But
yeah.
Okay, very good. So I'm okay with this. PayPal credit, always pay it off. That's good. We got I don't know what the previous purchase was.
I only got one thing on it. I got an air filter because I am allergic to cats.
And that's okay.
But it was
choice.
It was on sale. And then if I opened up the PayPal credit, it was even more. So I got a $400 air filter for $200. I was very excited.
You ever have a brilliant video idea and then immediately realize it means filming yourself in bad lighting, flubbing your lines, and editing until your laptop melts? Yeah, same. But now you don't have to go through all that. Check this out. InVideo AI just dropped something wild. AI Twins. You can create a whole video using just the prompt. Upload a 60-second clip of yourself and it makes a high-quality avatar version of you. It looks like you, sounds like you, and you can make it say anything. It's like cloning yourself, but instead of taking over the world or pranking people, your twin helps you create content. Just type in what you'd like to create a video about, and then boom! AI cloning just blew my mind. We can now create digital versions of ourselves that look, sound, and move exactly like us. The future of content creation is here, and it's absolutely incredible. You can even edit anything you'd like make the avatar appear picture-in-picture and change the last scene. If you want to get started with content creation and focus on just your creativity while InVideo does the heavy lifting, go to the link in my description, check out InVideo AI today, and create your own avatar. All right, let's get back to the video. Okay, and I'm cool with it. You paid it off. It works. Definitely no complaint from me there. So last time your student loan, $66,329.
It should be
it's actually gone a little up. $66,471.
I must have miscalculated what the interest is.
Yeah, your last payment was $269.
And that's what I pay every month. I specify it out to each loan.
Well, unpaid interest that accrued this last time was $442, I think.
That
No. That's not from this last time. That's just overall. So you may have missed 2.
I've never missed a payment.
Well, not a mandatory payment in terms of an interest accrued.
I've never missed a month. I always pay it every month.
Well,
but I
there
think
is unpaid interest of $442.
Yeah,
so
no, I'm
you did.
saying I think that I must have miscalculated the interest because I manually did
still
that
counts,
math.
but
yeah.
So it's gone up. I understand what it's doing. Are you just gonna? You want this to sit here forever? What's your plan?
No, my plan was
An emergency fund is more important than that. So
it was to get up to the $10,000, and then I was going to hit the highest interest ones, the 6.8, and then after those were done, I was going to move over to my private loan.
yeah.
Because that one was the next highest. So basically, kind of doing an avalanche method, I guess. Focusing on the highest interest rate.
Oh, avalanche. Okay, yeah, avalanche is fine. Mathematically pays off debt a little quicker, but sometimes harder to maintain because you don't see those instant rewards.
Yeah, I was a little bit frustrated this year because I would have.
And that's where the snowball method has a little more success. It has a higher completion rate.
Well, I haven't been able to really focus on paying off debt because I've been so focused on the emergency fund, getting it up to that $10,000 for my car, and I would have gotten to it if I had done my taxes right for the side job.
What did you have to pay extra? Mm-hmm. How much?
It was almost about $2,000. So what happened? Do you remember last time when you were like, "Oh, you paid off like $4,000," and I couldn't remember for the federal student loans? I had used my Siegel Education Award, and I forgot. And you have to pay taxes.
What happens when you took care of it?
Yeah, I did.
Well, that's what counts. That happened.
And now I'm paying quarterly taxes, so it shouldn't happen this year.
Quarterly estimates, yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's quarterly estimates is oftentimes based on your last tax year, so you still might owe more in the end. I would just set aside the proper amount for taxes. Private loan, $74,000 was the original, then it was $69,700, and now it is $66,168. Sounds like just making the minimums, right? Which at 6.25, technically, would you want you to pay that off before a lot of things just for the risk profile, especially a private student loan, but I agree. Let's at least get to $10,000 for the emergency fund, and then I might just put $750 towards this. In terms of paying this off early, I don't mean throw everything at it at the 6.25, but maybe we put extra towards it.
So
to pay it off just early, an extra 25% or 50% early.
Sure. So do a split a little bit, throw extra towards that, and then focus on the higher federal loans. Because once I'm done with my private loan, once I'm done with
the reason I would focus on the federal or the private, even though it's lower rate than your higher interest rate student loans on the federal side just has so many more protections, and the private one just doesn't, and it just is more inherently risk. I'm not freaking out about either of them, to be completely honest. Your highest rate on the federal is 6.8, and that's not great, but if we're talking 6.8 versus 6.25 with one being riskier, though, focus on the riskier one.
Well, and part of it, too, so those 6.8s are like $2,000 or something.
Yeah.
So I could crush them out really fast and then focus on this one.
No, I would focus on this, though, because it's just inherently more risky.
Sure.
Okay, in the checking account, let's see. We got about... Okay, this is a horrible bank.
It's much better than the last one. It's the same bank, but they upgraded. So it's not weird.
Well, it is weird. But $1,703 ending balance. Okay, reboot thing.
Yep, reboot is for my
PayPal
writing thing.
And that's fine. Again, I'm not freaking out about a little bit of spending. Okay, yeah, SoFi checking, not much. $6,265 in here. Okay, great. And it went up a little bit in the previous balance. That's nice. So that means $2,000 somewhere else, right?
Yes, in the Moo.
Good. Okay.
Which you should have as well, I think.
And then in this high yield
That's a health savings account.
health savings, almost 1,000. That's good. Retirement, 12,000. That is. Put your last one. Yeah, I mean, again, 2,000 to 8,000 for the emergency fund. We love to see that. That's good. A little slow over the course of a year, but we do like to at least see the progress. Progress is better than no progress 100% of the time.
Yeah. I was hoping to get a little bit further. It really was the taxes that hit me. And then with the cat, she got an ear infection and my pet insurance wouldn't cover it.
Shop for different pet insurance.
It's through my work, so I get...
Yeah, shop for different pet insurance. Okay. 12,497 in the 401k, up from 8,500. We love that. And yes, here it is, the 2020 in Mumu. So that's great. Okay, so my thoughts overall, I'm okay with what you've done. I think if I just have to find a criticism, it's a little slower, but your spending wasn't bad by any means. And what you're doing is okay. No, I think you're on the right track. Honestly, my only advice is just keep going. I would either get your emergency fund to 6 months or $10,000 before you start focusing on throwing a little extra towards the private student loans. One thing what's the year of your car?
It's still the 2013. It's
2013 miles?
I want to say like 150 something.
Okay.
But it's been going strong this year.
Good, which is good. One thing I might do then is I'd save up a 6-month emergency fund before tackling anything else. And then I'd put a little extra to your private student loans and a little extra in a new car fund.
Okay.
Maybe try to get that to 15, 20. So you can get kind of a little more flexibility on the car you want instead of getting a $10,000, beater. But
sure.
That might be a method. And honestly, you're so close to being able to just do 50, 30, 20. 50% needs, 30% wants, 20% savings.
Yeah.
You're almost there. Yeah. This is really good. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
Keep going. I think even next time we can accelerate this a little more. But honestly, this is not bad. I know it took a little hit having to catch up on those that tax situation. So that honestly kind of makes up for this. So maybe you actually weren't slow at all. So this is good.
It did feel this year almost sort of like a holding pattern, getting used to the new stuff.
I wouldn't say that. Listen, I'm hard on people, and I'm hard on people for a reason. I wouldn't be hard on you for that. You made progress. It wasn't a holding pattern.
Okay.
You made progress. Being hard on people just to be hard on people when it's not a true situation, there's no point on that.
Okay.
You made progress. Let's celebrate that.
Yeah.
Listen, your Hammer financial score last time was 2. Up from a 2 out of 10 last time to a 3.5. So between the times, let's get your Hammer financial score. Before we do that, I always like to ask, would you recommend that our good friends in the audience come on Financial Audit?
Yeah, as long as you're willing to, admit when you've messed something up and not take it super personally and willing to look at things and change your outlook. I think it's really helpful.
I think everyone takes it a little personally at first, and that's okay. First time they hear it, oftentimes in their lives. It's the reflection afterwards that matters. Budget, I'm going to go from a 7 out of 10 last time to a 9 out of 10 because you really weren't spending much. The only reason is because technically there's a couple fun purchases, and that extra 1 on the score, if it was all going to debt, right? But sure. 9 out of 10. Debt, I don't know, that private student loan, it was a 3 out of 10 last time. That private student loan is still pretty darn brutal. We opened a new credit card. I understand what you're managing there, but with that private student loan still being there, the risk holding overhead, it's going to maintain at that 3 out of 10. Sure. The emergency fund has gotten a lot better. Going to give you an 8 out of 10 there, up from a 2. Retirement, like halfway on track.
It's at 12, I think, now.
12 for your income. Yeah, that's still about a 5 out of 10. Just kind of halfway to on track. We really need to at least double that minimum. Actually, I'd say just because of where your age is, I'm actually going to bring it down to a 4. Because,
that's right.
Yeah, 4 out of 10. But don't apologize.
Tomorrow.
That is just, happy birthday. But that is just, it's just an retirement to age ratio. And that's okay that went down. You will catch that up.
Yep.
You will catch it up. And then real estate, obviously, 0 out of 10. And that is okay. Not everyone needs it, but it is in my score because I do highly value that. And it's oftentimes the middle class largest asset. But it's going to be a Hammer financial score going from a 2 to a 3.5, now up to a rounded 5 out of 10. Incredible progress. We love to see it. Well done. W in the comments for a successful follow-up. We love that. Guys, make sure you download the DollarWise budgeting app if you want to be a success story like this, take advantage of the free trial, sign up for the annual version. I'll sign our budget-friendly cookbook and mail it directly to you. And join Dollarwise Central if you want the premium version of that. And all of our educational content and classes all bundled together for 80% off. Dollarwise.com. I'll see you in the next one.